Okay, so going to go through the solutions to exercise 13.4, question 1. So I've given that my roots of the quadratic equation are 1 and 2. So I say x is equal to 1, x is equal to 2. Then I bring this over, so it's x minus 1, bring this over, x minus 2. I bring them side by side and I need to multiply them together. So I take my first term, which is x, times everything in my second bracket, my second term, which is minus 1, times everything in my second bracket, x minus 2. X times x, I get x squared. X times minus 2 is minus 2x. Minus 1 times x is minus x. Minus by minus gives me plus 2. And my final answer then is x squared minus 3x plus 2. Okay, question 2 then I have 5 and 6. So I have x is equal to 5, x is equal to 6. I then get my factors, so I go x minus 5, I bring it over the equal sign, and I bring this over the equal sign, and I have x minus 6. I bring them together to multiply them, so I have x times everything in my second bracket, my second term, which is minus 5, times everything in my second bracket. X times x, I get x squared. X times minus 6, minus 6x. Minus 5 times x, minus 5x. Minus by minus gives me plus 30. So then I have x squared minus 11x plus 30. Question 3 then I have 4 and minus 2 as my roots. I get my factors then, or I get my roots, write them down, x equals 4, x is equal to minus 2. I get my factors by bringing this over the equal sign, so I have x minus 4, bring this over, becomes x plus 2. I put them side by side to be multiplied by one another. So I have the first term, which is x, times everything in my second bracket, my second term, which is minus 4, times everything in my second bracket. So I have x times x, x squared, x times 2, 2x, minus 4 times x, minus 4x, minus by plus gives me minus 8. So I have x squared minus 2x minus 8 is my final answer. Okay, question 4, I have my roots are 7 and minus 5, so I say x is equal to 7, x is equal to minus 5. I get my factors, so I bring this over, x minus 7, x plus 5. I multiply them side by side, so it's first term times everything in my second bracket, the second term times everything in my second bracket. So x times x, I get x squared, x times 5, 5x, minus 7 times x, minus 7x, minus by plus is minus 35. X squared plus 5 minus 7x, I get minus 2x, minus 35, and that's my final answer. Okay, here I have minus 11 and 11, so I have x is equal to minus 11, x is equal to 11. So I get my factors then, so I have x plus 11, x minus 11. I bring them together to multiply them. So I have my first term times everything in my second bracket, my second term times everything in my second bracket. X times x will give me x squared, x times minus 11 will give me minus 11x, plus 11 times x is 11x, 11 times minus 11 is minus 121. Minus 11 plus 11, they're gone, so I left with x squared minus 121x. Question 6, I have 8 and 0, so x is equal to 8, x is equal to 0. So I have x minus 8, and here I'm just going to have x. So I have x times x minus 8, x times x is x squared, x times minus 8 is minus 8x. Here I have x is equal to minus 5, x is equal to minus 4. So I bring this over x plus 5, bring this over x plus 4. I multiply them side by side, so I go x times everything in my second bracket plus 5 times everything in my second bracket. X times x is x squared, x times 4 is 4x, 5 times x is 5x, 5 times 4 is 20, 4 plus 5x is 9x, so I have x squared plus 9x plus 20. Now I have x is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 6, so I just have x, and here I have x plus 6. So then I multiply them together, so I have x times x is x squared, x times 6 is 6x. Okay, so here I have x is equal to 5, x is equal to minus 5. So I have my factors are x minus 5, x plus 5. So I multiplied two of them together, so I have my first term, which is x, times everything in the second bracket, my second term, which is minus 5, times everything in my second bracket. X times x is x squared, x times 5 is 5x, minus 5 times x is minus 5x, minus by a plus gives me minus 25. then I have plus 5x minus 5x, they're gone. So I have x squared minus 25. Okay, so the final one then that you had is a, b, so I have x is equal to a, x is equal to b. So I have x minus a, x minus b. I put them together side by side to multiply them. So it's my first term times everything in the second bracket, my second term times everything in the second bracket. X times x is x squared, x times minus b is minus bx, minus a times x is minus ax, and minus by minus gives me plus ab. Then I have x squared. I'm just after factorising this here, so I take out my minus, okay, and I'll be left here with a b plus a, because this would be minus b, this would be minus a, which is what we want, and the x is outside it, plus ab. Now I'm going to explain question 11, because the next few questions are a little bit different, and I'm going to explain how to go through each one of them. Okay, so question 11, it says the roots of a quadratic equation x squared plus px plus q is equal to 0 are 3 and minus 2. Okay, so this is the question here. Alright, part A of it says find the sum of the roots. So sum means to add. These are my roots. So I go 3 plus minus 2, which is just 1. So that's my sum. Then part B of this asks me find the product of the roots. Product means to multiply. So it's going to be 3 times minus 2, which is minus 6. This is my product. Part C then says hence find a quadratic equation that has roots 3 and minus 2. Okay, so there's another way to do it other than the way I showed you the night before. So what it is it's this little formula here. So it's x squared minus the sum of the roots, x, plus the product of the roots. So I'm going to use this method just for today to show you. So I'll have my x squared, I just write that down, minus my sum of the roots we got up here was 1, so it's minus 1x, plus my product of the roots was minus 6. So it's going to be x squared minus 1x, plus by minus is minus, so it's minus 6 is equal to 0. Part D of this question then says, using the equation in C, find the value of P and Q. So I wrote down the original question was x squared plus px plus q is equal to 0. So now I rewrote down what I had here, which is x squared minus 1x minus 6. P is replaced by minus 1 and q is replaced by minus 6. So the value of p is equal to minus 1 and q is equal to minus 6. Question 12 is the exact same as question 11, so you should have no problem doing that one if you follow the same layout as question 11. Question 13, it says by substituting each root into the equation, form two equations in P and Q. So what you're going to do is you're going to sub in x is equal to minus 4 and you're going to get one equation. Then you're going to sub in x is equal to 3, you're going to get another equation, and you're going to end up with a simultaneous equation. Okay, so you're going to end up with a simultaneous equation, and then you're going to be asked to actually solve that simultaneous equation. So you're going to have to eliminate either your P or your Q first. So you might need to revise how to do simultaneous equations. And then it says form a quadratic equation with roots P plus 4 and Q plus 6. Okay, so what you'd need to do there is you would need to multiply them together. And then what you have is question 14. So question 14, it asks you to find the value of m and n. So you'll be able to do that using the method from last night, or even following question 11's layout. It says hence find the roots of the equation. So you'd be able to sub in, you'd have found out what's the value for m, you'd sub it in, and the value for n. So you'd be able to solve that. And then you're asked to solve it. So you might be able to solve it using your guide number method or your minus b formula. And then it says find three possible values of p for which the equation x squared plus px plus 3n minus 2 is equal to 0 has integer roots. Okay, so you need to sub in your value for n and work out that there.